reporting on the games you love by people who love to game. The MMO Reporter Network.
You're listening to LOTRO Reporter on the MMO Reporter Network. Brought to you by Doghouse Systems. Choose your weapons with Doghouse Systems. Audible, find your next great read at audibletrial.com/MMO Reporter. And GoDaddy, put your website to work while you play. Welcome to LOTRO Reporter episode 253. I am your host, Cari, and I am joined this week, as always, by my co-host, Layanor. Hi, Layanor.
Hello, minions. Cari, I hear that you've been trying to destroy Mordor lately.
I have been attempting it, and I haven't been getting very far.
Is that why you spelled my name wrong here in the show notes?
I did, yes, that's it. Yes.
So I kind of figured it kind of looks like a Mordor general name.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Those names are pretty epically epic. They, I think I had Durgok the Slayer or the Slaver or something. I haven't been able to get past the first mission. We'll talk about that in a minute, though. Oh, so I have had a pretty busy week. Outside of gaming, what have you been doing in gaming now?
I've been pretty busy a little bit too. I have been getting into the LOTRO though. I am still working on my first stagers, and I'm picking up some skirmishes and stuff whenever I can, so I can get skirmish marks to start finishing those off. I'm very close to getting the extra 10 levels on my second weapon.
Nice.
So. The first one has the 10 levels already on it. The second one I'm working on. I'm probably going to start making some cash for Starlit Crystals because I don't have any of those yet. But I am using all the skirmish marks right now to boost up my legacies and making sure I have the right ones from like here on out, because I'm hoping that they're going to be adding in the system for my first stagers to continue on with me, and we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Mm-hmm.
In the Etmores right now, I am 46.55%. That is very close to being in the middle of rank 13.
Ooh.
So I'm getting there. I'm getting to rank 14 soon. As soon as I hit that 50 mark,
mm-hmm.
I bet I'm going to be out here a lot.
Yeah, because it's like downhill from there, right?
Yeah. It's the light at the tunnel at that point, or deer in headlights.
Yeah. Or really, how many more am I got to go?
Mm-hmm. So what have you been doing, Cari-Mac?
All I did with 3-mans on Monday, and then I've been trying to play Shadow of Mordor, and the game hates me. Well, I downloaded it, and it wouldn't start, and I had to start it from Steam. It's a Steam game. And then I got to playing and I realized, hey, I need a game controller for this because this really isn't designed for keyboards. The ways your fingers have to go in different things, to get the different, it's like, no.
Really?
Yeah, it's a WASD keys, but then you have to hit Control to do something and Shift or spacebar to do something while holding down the W key, and then the V does something else, and it's all with your left hand, and then you're hitting stuff with the mouse. So you're clicking with your left to strike things, the left button to strike things,
Mm-hmm.
and you're clicking with the right button to block, all while moving and stealthing and doing action, and it's this really is designed for a controller. So I went and I got my controller that I used for Final Fantasy XIV, and somehow the edge had become frayed and it wouldn't work. So I had to go.
Oh.
Yeah. So I had to go buy a controller. So I get the new controller, I plug it in, everything's working great. It's like, oh yeah, I can do this. And I get to like the quick time event, so I'm about to die, and it says, okay, well, do the circle the left button until the thing fills up, and then press the button it tells you to press.
Mm-hmm.
I never get the button to press.
Mm.
And everything goes super slow motion. And I even had an orc run across the screen in super slow motion the other day. And I'm like, okay, so I actually have to quit the game, hard quit the game, Control Alt Delete, quit the game. And when I log back in, I'm dead and back in the tower. So I don't know what the problem is. What I'm doing something wrong clearly, but I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I can't find bugs. I mean, I can't find like bug reports for it or anything like that. I know there's been some funky bugs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is one of them or not, or if it's just user error. It's really pretty though. The game is really, really pretty. The story was the first few minutes were very, it made me care about the character in the tutorial of all things.
Wow.
And gave some really good information about the history and, motivations and things like that. And then I don't know a whole lot else, but it's an interesting game, but I do see very much it's mash a few buttons, close your eyes, mash buttons, and you might survive kind of thing. So I'm hoping the story gets interesting, and I think the doing the nemesis system with the different, take over this one and is going to be interesting if I can ever get past the first boss fight. We'll see. But yeah, so that's what I've pretty much been doing. That and reading my Pathfinder books. I've been getting some stuff.
Oh, geez.
Yes. Now I just gotta find people who are crazy enough to let me play Pathfinder with them. Yes, Mama said, I know, but it's like an hour and a half away from where you're at. So that's pretty much what I've been doing in game. Well, we have news. Letter from the producer came out the day after we recorded again. They do that on purpose, I think.
I think so.
Yeah. The big news is update 15 is coming soon. It is on Bullroarer now. If you are able to download it, I've seen people having problems downloading the client. You said you had some problems downloading the client, right?
Oh, yeah.
I haven't even tried to download the client. I will wait. I probably should be one of those, oh yeah, go in and see. But I'm going to wait and see.
Yeah, I kind of want to wait too. I do want to go in there and do some stuff with the Beornings, but
yeah.
I really like being surprised. I really do.
Yeah, being surprised is pretty fun. So you will be hailing from the line of skin changers that descend from Grimbeorn and Beorn himself. And there you have your own starting area. That's going to be really cool to see the starting area. And there's a roar trait line and a claw trait line and a hide trait line, HIDE. So, yeah. So we're going to be unleashing devastating attacks. Vales of Anduin is the starting area, and that just looks kind of cool. We also get Central Gondor.
Yep.
And a bunch of places I cannot pronounce properly. Ringlo Vale, Doran Irnel, and Libeninen. So we are driving back Corsaires. We are, fighting half trolls that look like wagons.
Kill that wagon. Rid it.
Yep.
Rid it.
And the new epic story. So there's a new book. We're getting a new book.
Cool.
and we are going to be running around Peligre. So I wonder when the boats come down the river. But there will be a new epic battle. So those of you who like epic battles like Kevin, yay! For those of us who aren't too enamored with them, boo. I don't know. Do you think this is? Do you think this is a good use of the epic battle system for this kind of thing?
Well, I certainly can't really think of a raid instance for this. The only thing I can think of would be for what was it? Rohan
Mm-hmm.
when um uh Flight of the Lonely Mountain,
Okay. Okay.
I think it was called, where you just had to keep fighting waves and waves of
Oh,
Easterlings.
yeah. Yep. Yep. Now, does it make any difference to you that you will be infiltrating the city rather than waiting for them to come to you?
No.
Okay.
I'd rather that be a raid then.
Because that's what you're doing. We're not defending, we're infiltrating.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they were talking about that was going to be a offensive epic battle. It's going to be kind of neat to see.
Offensive
Our
or offensive?
offensive to some epic battle haters.
Yes.
It's going to be pretty interesting. I wonder if it's up on Beorn right now. I would like to see how our extra stats work in that for traps and or not traps, but cranking and fixing things and stuff like that, catapults and things.
Hmm.
I'd be really interested to see how that works. Are we just going to be dragging those along as we go into the city? Yeah, it's going to be kind of weird, but kind of neat too. I want to see what they do with it because if attacking in an epic battle is pretty awesome, then more people might like the system.
Okay. Makes sense. That makes sense. Um, so the LI update, unfortunately for you, Lanor, is not on the list.
Yeah,
I know this makes you sad. Now,
this
does it?
is this is like 1 week after I decide I'm gonna go get my first stagers. Dang it.
Ah,
Oh well. But
so,
they're not abandoning
no.
the tech. They want to balance it out, and make it good. So that's good. I That's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear that um, it it's going to be coming out a couple updates from now, which means that I'm going to have to make more weapons because we're going to go up 5 levels again, probably next year in the beginning of the year.
Right. They said it will be an update 16, which is April 2015 or earlier.
Right. So as long as my weapon still levels with me by then, I mean, I'm putting time into this thing again.
Yeah. Now, though, if they hadn't promised you this system, you would have done it anyway.
No.
No, you wouldn't have leveled in first stagers?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. I probably would have just stuck with a couple of second agers and then waited for the next 5 levels to come out
Okay.
and then get my first stagers because then I know that I'm probably going to get about half a year, maybe a full year out of them.
Okay. Yeah, they did not mention anything about the level cap increase coming in and update 16, but of course I'm sure they mentioned not many things for update 16. So between 15 and 16, though, their Osgiliath is still coming. So
Yay!
yep. And Minas Tirith is still coming.
Minis Tirith.
Yep. And so they're going to have a new type of challenge for fellowships in Central Gondor. Something called roving threats. Don't know what that means. That's the first I've heard of them.
Hmm.
Sounds interesting.
Well, it's a fellowship, so that's thumbs up in my book.
Yep. Yep. They didn't say what size fellowship. They said fellowship.
Yep. Two man.
Yeah, exactly. And along with the producer's letter and the raising up of, with Borar up, there were some patch notes. Lots of stuff about Beornings and how they have wrath instead of power pools, which is, I don't know, it's kind of like Cappy's in their stuff. And Warden, don't you have some kind of pool you have to build?
No, we have power. It doesn't really seem like we even need it at this point. I hardly ever run out of power.
Yeah.
We
Well,
we have things that we have to build up, but it's a specific pattern, and each one of those attacks take power.
okay.
But it doesn't really seem like we use that much power. Some wardens out there might have a power problem, but I haven't experienced a power problem in like over a year.
Okay. Yeah, when the that last instance group when we were up by where the ones that we got to see the Lonely Mountain and stuff, from The
Hmm.
Hobbit. That was the last time I saw wardens or guardians having any power problems, and they were running out fast. Yeah, and then I haven't seen anybody complain about power since.
Yeah.
Yes, and then there's a tank, a damage, or a support role. Wonder how a bear person's gonna do a support thing. That'll be interesting.
Tank damage or support.
Yeah,
Hmm. Wait, in that order?
that's what he said. You can allow tailoring of your playstyle to fit a tank, damage, or support role, which is all three
Hmm.
roles. So I'm thinking red, yellow, and blue. So you know,
I wonder if they're going to be primarily tanks then.
yeah. Don't know. Yeah, because it's not alphabetical. I don't know what their plan is. Um,
That's interesting.
so the Peligrar Epic Battle is going to be a solo duo with Fellowship coming soon. So I'm assuming that means Fellowship coming soon to Bullroar, not Fellowship coming soon to Live.
Right. That's cool though.
Yep. And we get to watch the Army of the Dead annihilate the Corsair host.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I just read the funniest webcomic. It's been out forever. It's called DM of the Rings.
Hmm.
And it's what would happen if the Lord of the Rings movies, the trilogy, was played as a Dungeons and Dragons game. It is absolutely hilarious. And yeah. So I highly recommend it. If you want to lose a couple hours of your life to some hilarity, go look up DM of the Rings. Yeah. All right, back onto the patch
Back on
notes.
track.
Epic Story Volume 4 Book 2 is coming out, called The Dawnless Day.
Hmm.
And it's got 9 chapters, including 2 instances and an epic battle.
Wow.
Yeah. And then we're going to see the 4 new regions.
Can't hold out on those instances though.
No. Who knows? Who knows what they are?
Who knows? But yeah, they did make the instances in the last book group.
Hmm.
At least I think I like a few of them.
Yeah, you had the option of going in by yourself or with your group. Yeah,
Right.
because Chris, you and I did the Paths of the Dead one as a
Yes.
group.
Unfortunately, there is like one instance where you start at the bottom of the hill, you walk up the top of the hill, and then you fight something, and it's over.
Oh, that's silly.
But for some reason, you could pull in a whole fellowship for this. And there's a chest at the end.
Okay.
So I'm not holding out too much on these instances that they're saying.
Okay. That's funny. And in very, very not good news, today actually, which is Wednesday, there was announced that Turbine was hit with some layoffs again.
Hmm.
So I didn't see any specific, the last round of layoffs was in February, so that's 2 in 1 year, which usually they have at one. It's been like 1 a year.
I think it's usually about 2. It's usually like right after the first quarter and right before the last quarter of the year.
Well, depending on what year, well, depending on what their annual year is, they're
Hmm.
in the last quarter right now.
Right.
I do know. So this is Warner Brothers owns HBO as well as Turbine, and HBO is right across the HBO Go people. The guys that make the app are right
Hmm.
across the hall from me on my building.
Oh,
Yeah. So I
tell him I
was
said hi. Tell
I
him Leonor said hi. Hi.
I will tell them Layanor said hi.
All right.
The interesting thing though is I have heard that kind of through that and HBO that Warner Brothers itself is in a little bit of trouble financially, like not making as much money as they would like.
Mm.
So I also heard that that HBO was like laying people off in New York and California, and so it's not just Turbine. It's a lot of people under the WB umbrella that's being cut.
Hmm.
So yeah, not good for anybody, but
Well,
eh,
we do see these things flux, up and down like during
mm-hmm,
the year anyway. So
yeah.
we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, and the only two people that I did see that specifically mentioned on Twitter that they had been laid off seemed to be quality assurance people. But
Hmm.
that's doesn't mean anything. It could have been 5 people, it could have been 55 people. We don't know anything. So
Right.
um and then of course Forlorn is still live streaming, and basically they were talking about the legendary item update. So Rowan said they would rather wait and put in a good system than put it in early and have people disappointed with it. So that's why you have to wait, Leonor.
Yeah. I wonder what needs to specifically be done then. I mean, we are just leveling up.
Yeah,
Um, they're scaling the stats on it, which I think that they have a system already done for that because they have been doing that since Moria. Um, every time we have new levels come out, I mean, they have to have a scaling system for a legendary item from like level 65, 66, 67, 68, 60. It comes out, all those levels, they have the system made already. I wonder what they need to do to make this system as good as they're talking about.
yeah, I don't know. I really don't know.
Maybe,
Um,
maybe they're trying to, maybe they're talking to the um, marketing, I guess. Maybe not marketing. The people that decide how much you charge for things because they're
uh,
probably going to be putting this into the Turbine store for sure. Um, they're probably trying to figure out how much things are going to cost and stuff to be able to level our weapons from whatever level to the new level,
mhm.
when a new level cap comes out.
Yeah. Well, I would think that I don't know. I have not done maths, but I would think that the creep, because you basically blow up your like level 95 weapons to get a level 100 weapons, right?
Hmm.
So that perhaps that the numbers themselves are not as much of an increase as you think,
Hmm.
and that starting so the curve would get bigger, and kind of the power would get bigger if you're just like leveling 10 more levels rather than okay, well we'll shove everybody back a little bit and then start them again. So maybe that's what they're trying to figure out, is the creep for those last the whatever for growing with people is just too big.
That could be it. Yeah, that could be it. Hmm.
Yeah, so we don't know, but
Yep. Don't
they
know. They
they
also might be listening to some people and possibly improving on the system real quick too as well.
yeah, it would be nice. There are a few things that would be very nice to have some things done while, yeah, improving it, especially since you're going to be stuck with these for a while.
Hmm.
Yeah. Just as a reminder, the next big exciting thing coming up is the Fall Festival starting October 21st. That's just in a couple of weeks. And that seems to be a lot of people's favorite festival because I went on the forums and I kind of poked through the player events and I pulled some out to put in our community news. There are a lot of Halloween fall events happening the last couple weekends in October that we'll be talking about soon.
Yeah, it's one of the best festivals that LOTRO has, right next to Winterfall, which is the December one.
The Winter Home, yep, that one's nice.
Yeah, that's what it's, yeah,
Yeah.
Winter Home.
Yeah, I like that it's pretty compact. A couple of those festivals, it's like you want me to go where to tell jokes to whom. Do you know how far away that is?
Yeah. Yep.
But anyway, and that was pretty much our news. We did three-mans again this week with Rorg. It was super fun.
Yes, it was.
So, yeah. So what did we do this week? He confused
I was
me.
just trying to pull that memory back in
Ah,
of all of us playing. We did
sword. Oh no, mirror halls, not sword halls. Mirror halls.
Stoneheight. We did Stoneheight?
Yeah. Didn't we do Stoneheight?
Stoneheight.
Yeah, Stoneheight was the puppies and the dude that runs around and disappears and
Yes.
yeah. So we did
All right.
Stoneheight and we did mirror halls with the Morvals.
Yes.
Morvals or whatever. I don't like mirror halls. I remember doing that the first time through Moria by myself because you're required to do it.
Mm-hmm.
When you finish the epic books and stuff. And I remember that is one of the few times LOTRO has almost had me in tears because I could not figure out those stupid mirrors.
Mm-hmm. I remember going through there when there wasn't anything past Moria yet, and that was the instance that you needed to do to go through the epic story, I think.
Yep. Yeah, it's required for the epic story, yes.
Yeah, and there was deeds in there as well, and there was something else too. I can't remember what it was. I think a token for armor, but I'm not sure. Um, I went through there quite a few times, and if you didn't go, if you could knock down the first few wolves that were in there, and you guys were having really bad problems trying to stay alive, that group was not going to make it
Yeah.
at all. So you could try, but you would struggle and struggle for 2 hours possibly going through this thing because it was really, really tough.
Yeah. And since it doesn't scale, our level hundreds kind of blew through it, because it's level 50.
Yeah.
But the mechanics themselves are that's too much work for not enough oomph.
Yeah, there was a whole lot of work in that instance, and I liked it because it was like if my build was really good, I could tank it and I could go through this with a good group. I mean, it was a test. It wasn't a full-on raid where if I screw up, I have 11 different people mad at me.
Mm-hmm.
This was a really, really good end game high level test, and I liked running through it. And at the end of it, you have to set up the mirrors,
Yeah.
so the mirrors are all going the correct way to open up the bottom path. And there's Morval that keep respawning all over the place, and it's the bad ones too. You have
Yeah.
to kill these Morvals in time, otherwise everybody in the area dies. You have about 15, 20 seconds or something like that, and the attack is just so huge that everybody wipes.
Yeah. Like I said, that's the part that had me almost in tears of
Yep.
frustration and crying. Because by the time I got to that part, I mean, I'd already spent forever trying to figure out how the mirrors in the first part work.
Right.
So I get
Right.
there, and it's like, and then they kept respawning.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm
If
like,
if you're having problems and you're getting killed a lot, you're gonna be in there for an hour, maybe even an hour and a half,
mm-hmm.
and then you get to that point where and you have to mess with the mirrors and you have to watch out for these things that could wipe your entire party, and it's just big stress. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're on the edge of your seat, staring and not blinking at your monitor, looking for these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I used to like it a lot, just for the test, but I did not like the instance.
No.
I did not like the instance.
No, the instance is not fun. Now, Stonehide is pretty much your typical run through the towns of the streets of a village and kill everything,
Hmm.
including the little goblin that's hiding around the corner because he was hiding.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's not super exciting mechanics, but it's a cool run
Pretty,
through a city.
yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah,
There
but
is a little bit of plot. The first mid boss runs off because he can't beat you,
yeah,
and
and
then he goes talks to the big boss, and yeah, there you go.
yeah,
Plot.
yeah, and depending upon if you're on tier 1 or tier 2, the big boss kills the mid boss for you, or on tier 2 you have to fight both bosses.
Right.
Um, even though it's as straightforward as it is, I have to vote Stonehide because I hate mirror halls. I hate it.
Yep.
And Rogue voted Stonehide, so I do believe Stonehide wins. Even if you do vote for mirror halls, Layanor.
Yeah. Stonehide is just really boring.
I know.
It's really boring. I have to go with Mirror Halls.
Alright.
So sorry. I like the fact that you're going into a cave and killing wolves, discovering what's down below, and it's all Morval, and all the Morval are telling you, why are you in our home killing us? I
Yeah.
mean, it's just like you're invading and you need to get this thing. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Even though this thing is stupid hard.
Yeah.
If it was much easier and they made it a little bit more fun, like you just have to move a couple of mirrors,
Yeah.
I think that this would be run a lot more and could be a three-man scaled up instance and would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I have to go with that because Stone Height is just boring.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Bye, Hall of Mirrors. Bye. I love you.
Yes.
Mm.
Alright, and that's the three mans. My goodness, Lotro likes their Halloween parties.
Yes.
First,
Pumpkin ale for everyone.
absolutely. First event, Farmer Pearson's third annual harvest party, Saturday, October 25th at 9 p.m. on Landreval. So poor Farmer Pearson, is having a harvest party from 9 p.m. to midnight, south of Brew near the skirmish camp, and the music will be by Animal House.
Get down.
Yeah. On Crick Hollow, come to the Haunted Hill on October 26th. Second Breakfast will be hosting their 5th annual Halloween event, Sunday, October 26th at 1 Eastern Time, server time, or 17 GMT. Now, there's a trick to these 25th, 26th. Europe and Mexico are setting their clocks back, but the Americans and the Canadians are not.
Oh.
So you might want to show up an hour earlier than you think you should. They're going to start at the party tree, but they are migrating to neighboring locations for the activities. They will have a costume contest which will be judged by Glordreth of Wandering Around Arda and Starry from the Starry Mantle. So they're having
nice.
Spookiest, Most Original, and Best Duo.
Best duo.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of cool.
Yep, and part of the Best Duo can include your mount, I guess.
Oh.
Horrorfest 2014 is coming to Landerval on October 31st and October 1st. It's almost like a Weatherstock. They've got like 2 days of bands with like hour slots.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't get all the information because it was a lovely poster. But they are having they're starting at noon on Friday and running to midnight on Friday, and then starting at noon on Saturday and running to midnight on Saturday.
Wow.
Yeah, and they've got Starlight Barabahu, Flock of Smeagol's, the Le Beau Chapeau, the Greyhawk Band, Die March der Barden von Brie is going to be there, A Rock and a Hard Bass, Old Wynyards is playing. I mean, the Royal Eriador Philharmonic and Brass Band Orchestra. That one I think is the one with 24 or 36 people in it.
Holy cow.
Yeah, so that's a big one. And then if you haven't had enough, on Laurelin on October 26th, the Order of the White Flame is proud to announce its next public concert, scheduled for the 26th at 2 CET, 19 GMT, 15 EST, at the entrance of the Haunted Hill. This is Laurelin. They have to cover all the bases of the Shives Auto Festival grounds. So that's just the ones that I found on the announcements on the forums. Excuse me. Yeah, so if you nothing to do the last 2 weekends of October, we've got some stuff for you to do.
We sure do.
Yeah. Oh, and if you are not busy, you should watch our live stream on October 25th. We're playing WildStar for 24 hours to raise money for Extra Life. You rolled your Chua tonight, correct?
Yes, I made my Chua. He is absolutely hideous.
I don't think you can make a cute Chua. I think the definition is insane rat.
Yeah, it's very, very insane rats. He kind of looked like a chipmunk at the end. I wanted red fur, but they only had like chipmunk red fur.
Oh dear.
So I just went for that anyway. I almost made him pink just to steal your pink.
Oh no, I would be very not happy with you if you did that. I would be very unhappy. But I don't know if they do have pink?
They do have pink.
Okay. I am going to be rolling mine up next week. I will probably run, because I think we probably need to get through the tutorial, right? Or are we running, do we know if we're running the
I don't know. We probably need to get out of the tutorial. I'll check with Chris, but yeah.
Okay, and I may do that too while I'm streaming. Just get out of the tutorial and screw. I don't know. I may ask for votes on what class to play too. Who knows? We'll see what we'll do. But yes, we are raising money for Extra Life, and the event is October 25th. The links are in our show note. The links are on our Twitter page. Just come search for MMO Reporter. Check out the team. We've got some really cool people, including Layanor, myself, Bill, Chris, Matt, the tech guy that I met at PAX, who is
Steve. We might have Steve.
Yeah, Steve. I think Steve's mic might still be broken, but Steve might be there. Yeah. But come and join us, especially about 3 a.m. It's going to be epic.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun in the beginning. We're going to be pretty hardcore doing quests throughout the night. And then when we start getting tired, you're going to want to check us out in the morning because we're just going to be going crazy, just silly, crazy.
I bet we run around and kill a lot of roast hours and just laugh and laugh and laugh. I mean, come on. One of the things in the quest is cow tipping. It's like, really? You want me to tip cows?
Let's go.
Okay, let's go tip cows. That's awesome. We will do that. Yeah, I don't know. The Dominion's a little weird. One of the very first quests they give you is go shock these people to see if they're, like, spies.
Awesome.
Have you not done this yet?
I don't remember.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was like playing with the Dominion and the woman's like, here, take this rod, go shock people to see if they're gonna like spout things that are like un-Dominion like. I'm like,
okay.
what? Oh, okay. I can do that. Yeah. Anyway, so we'll also talk about our awesome sponsors. Would you like to talk about our awesome sponsors, Layanor?
Yes, first one is GoDaddy. Put your website to work while you play. We have a special coupon code, two codes actually. If you set up a website and you go for an email and stuff like that for your website, if you use the coupon code MMO30, this will take 30% off your entire package that you are buying. And if you just want to go for a domain name, you can use the coupon code MMO199 and you can get a $1.99.com. And I think that's for an entire year, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Which is pretty awesome possum.
Yes, it is. Somebody actually has that domain.
They have that. Yeah, I know. I can't wait to see what it turns into. It's probably going to be possums.
Probably.
That's what I'm guessing. You never know.
Yeah.
Where are the other ones?
Right below. I can read it if you'd like. You found it?
Doghouse Systems. If you want a new PC, go to doghousesystems.com and check out some of the awesome packages that they have. Cari has had a doghouse system for quite a while, and she's still trying to feed it. That's how much she loves it.
Yes, it's an awesome, awesome system. I love it. I love it.
If you are going to buy a PC through there, use the coupon code MMOReporter to double your RAM at checkout. And if you are into audiobooks, please go over to audibletrial.com/MMOReporter, and you can get 1 month subscription free.
We also are still doing our Patreon. You can find it at patreon.com/MMOReporter. We're up to $77 a month support now. That's super awesome. If we can get to 100, I think we get a song from Harry and Chris.
Yep, Chris and Harry have been working on the song. I guess they're still working on the song, just trying to nail down a few things here and there. And it's pretty much ready to go when we do hit 100, though. So the money goes directly into the network. It gets everybody some better equipment. The staff gets paid, and it helps out a lot.
Yeah, because hosting this stuff is not free and cheap.
Yeah. And we're PBS.
Yeah, exactly. We are, Yeah. We have the special room in our house that we run this stuff out of.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't let any podcaster ever tell you they're in it for the money. They're not in it for the money. If they are, they don't know what they're talking about.
Nope.
We do this because we have fun with it and enjoy doing it.
Yep. I have a absolute ball working for the network.
Yeah.
Love it.
Get to do some cool stuff, meet some cool people, and just it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
So if you would like to contact us, you can email us at lotro.reporter@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter at LOTRO You can check us out on Facebook. Just search for LOTRO Reporter. You can leave us a voicemail at 616-666-6778 or use it on the widget on the right-hand side of the screen when you visit our site, which is LOTROreporter.com. Be sure to check us out on YouTube. It's youtube.com/user/MMOReporterNetwork. We put video of the audio of all of our shows. If you haven't checked us out over there, you get to see lovely walkthroughs of different things and some cool stuff like that, as well as shows like Plus One Keyboard. And is First Report video or is First Report just audio?
First Report is video. We don't do audio of that.
Okay.
We don't do a audio podcast of that. First Report is basically we jump into a game without too much research, and we get a first impression of the game as we play.
That sounds like a fun thing to do.
Yeah, and then we kind of just sum it up, a little bit at the end. I just recently did one with ArcAge, and if you guys haven't seen that yet, go check it out. But if you want to go and find the funniest moments, check out the 3rd episode where you see all the uses for the coolest thing in the game.
Okay. We will check that out. You can also follow us at twitch.tv/MMOreporter. If you do follow us and favorite us, you get messages by email or your phone or Twitter or whatever that tells you to, hey, we went live doing such and such thing. So you'll be seeing us rolling up Chuas in the next week or so. You can check us out as we, be in our live chat rooms as we record. Sometimes we just get on because nobody's on the network and we want to stream stuff. Like, you could probably watch me. I'd love to stream Shadows of Mordor if I could get it to work for more than 10 minutes at a time.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I might be actually doing some Hearthstone. I'm getting pretty far into that now. I'm level 30 on my main character, so.
You have not friended me yet.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Oh.
Yeah.
Am I in trouble?
No, not very much, because I haven't logged in Hearthstone in a while.
I do have to say that I see Merrick on it every day, though.
Yeah, I am friend with Merrick, and I have seen him on there before, yes.
Mm-hmm.
If you would like to follow us, you can follow me at the Cari-Mac. It's TheCariMac.
And you can follow me on Twitter at Layanor, Layanor. Twit me, and I am going to twitch you back as soon as I figure out how to work Twitter again.
Yeah,
which I have looked at today.
Yeah.
I added Lily Kate Buggins.
Cool.
Buggins.
Buggins, yep.
Okay, because it was her birthday this month.
Mm-hmm. Yep, happy birthday, Lily Kate. She does a lot of stuff. She's a very busy hobbit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I think that sounds like a show.
That sounds like a show, unless we're going to tap dance.
It's audio.
Oh, it's carpeted in here. I don't know if I'm gonna have to get up on the desk.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you for downloading. And as always, we hope to see you in game. Okay. We have no one in the chat room, so I'm stopping.